3 years after pulling the Bellagio heist in Las Vegas, all members of the Ocean's 11 crew are living their lives separately off the fortune they made that night. However, things turn quickly for the worst when Terry Benedict, the man they stole from, is suddenly able to find all of them, demanding the team return his money, with interest. Benedict gives the team 2 weeks to come up with the money, which amounts to the original $160 million plus $38 million interest for a total of $198 million. After a few calculations, the team realize they are short $97 million, which they must get in 14 days or they are dead men. Danny Ocean and his team of elite robbers decide to stage another heist to pay off the debt they owed Benedict. Being extremely too hot to work in America, they pick a European target, which was the world's oldest stock certificate, which was issued by the Dutch East India Company in 1602, and was estimated to worth around 2.5 million euros, and is kept in Amsterdam. The team hopes that the certificate value is payment enough to extend their deadline until they can find a bigger score. The group manages to breach the sophisticated security around the certificate, in part by physically lifting the building to achieve line of sight, but are surprised to find the vault empty with only a fox figurine and a tape recorder. It turns out a rival thief, the Night Fox, has already taken the document and left a message for them. The Night Fox is a notorious European thief who was trained by the legendary retired thief Gaspar Lamarck, and believes himself to be the world's greatest thief. As it turns out, he is the one who revealed the identities of the 11 to Benedict. The Fox is incensed that his mentor, Lamarck, agreed to call Danny the best thief in the world after hearing of the elaborate complexities of the Bellagio job from a friend. The Fox then broke rule number 1, revealing another thief's identity in order to lure the team to Europe, so he could propose a challenge, since going after the same object is the only way to tell who is the better thief. Both Danny's group and the Night Fox will attempt to steal the famous coronation egg in Rome, Italy. Within a week, the first to succeed will be declared the better thief. If Danny's team wins, the Fox will pay off the team's debt to Benedict in its entirety. With no other options and time running out, Danny accepts the challenge. Meanwhile, a Europol detective, Agent Isabelle Lahey, daughter of a thief herself, who was once involved in a romantic relationship with Rusty Ryan and specializes in grand theft and heist cases, is called to investigate the Amsterdam job. She quickly deduces that Rusty was involved and that the team was undercut by the Night Fox. She easily tracks down Rusty and confronts him in his hotel room, where she successfully steals his phone, which he notices too late. She also finds and detains Frank, making the team one man short. Not knowing what Rusty is after but being able to guess it won't be small, she tries to get her superior to sign a form that will allow her much more available resources to track down Rusty's group and stop them. Kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. Her superior refuses her request, but she ignores him and forges his signature. She then unknowingly meets with the Night Fox in disguise, who offers her pictures of the team while they were robbing his house in retaliation for the Amsterdam job and breaking rule number 1. Meanwhile, the team gathers in a hideout and concoct a plan to steal the egg, which goes horribly wrong when most of the group are captured by Lahey and her team, with help from the Night Fox, who knew their whole plan all along since he had installed microphones and cameras into their hideout. Out of desperation, Linus tries to rally the remaining members and even recruits a very reluctant Tess to masquerade as the famous actress Julia Roberts, using her fame to grant them a private session in the room where the egg is exposed. Their second attempt almost works but ends with the capture of the rest of the team, partially due to the unintended interference from movie star Bruce Willis, as himself. With the whole team now captured, a U.S. official, Molly Starr, arrives to interrogate and officially arrests the team on behalf of the U.S. government for the Bellagio job. She starts off by dismissing Lahey for irregularities in her paperwork. She then calls Linus in the interrogation room because he looks about to break and does so quite easily. Linus confesses his crimes and the whole team gets officially arrested. The team is then transported to the airport for extradition. On their way to the airport, Molly gives Linus the key to his handcuffs, revealing herself as his mother, who was part of the plan all along. Rusty's car changes lane and takes him to a private jet, followed by Isabelle. Rusty then reveals to Isabelle that her long-lost father, whom she thought had died a long time ago, is actually alive. Rusty then convinces Isabelle to get on the plane with him so he can take her to her father. That night, Danny and Tess meet the Night Fox at his Lake Como house. The Night Fox arrogantly savors his victory and delights in explaining how he was able to steal the egg by climbing to the roof of the museum at night without being detected by Danny's recon team. He passed through the laser grid by break-dancing his way to avoid triggering the alarm, having trained his body to quickly adopt odd positions. Danny admits to the Night Fox that he is indeed the better thief, but then demands that he pays what he owes him with a smirk. Confused at first, Night Fox then realizes it was never about a thief contest between Danny and him, it was an elaborate long con and he fell for it. It is then revealed that the contest was over before it ever began, and the egg that the fox stole was a fake. When they got to Amsterdam, Danny and Rusty had a secret meeting with Lamarck, who warned them about the Night Fox's plans and gave them the location of the real egg, which was transported in a plain backpack instead of the armored car. Lamarck also warned Danny and Rusty to assume that the Night Fox would always have them under surveillance and they will have to put on an elaborate show for him. The bag is then seen at their hideout and on the plane with Rusty and Isabel. Hearing this, the fox is crestfallen, and Danny leaves victorious. Meanwhile, Rusty takes Isabel to a beachside villa where he reveals to her that her father wasn't just any thief but the world-famous Gaspar Lamarck. Lamarck then reveals that he had been waiting for Isabel's mother to pass away to finally reveal himself to his daughter. Rusty drops the bag containing the coronation egg as a gift to Lamarck and leaves father and daughter together. Later on, Reuben meets up with Benedict to pay him honestly and in full. During their conversation, the Night Fox can be seen in the background disguised as one of Terry Benedict's gardeners, implying that the Night Fox plans to rob Terry Benedict in order to prove himself once again and to get his money back. Much later on, the team has a private get-together poker night that is interrupted by Isabel Lahey entering the room. It is then revealed that she came with Rusty and they are a couple once again. Danny and his friends get to enjoy a good night of casual poker and lots of laughter, free to pursue any endeavors they so choose. Thank you for watching, don't forget to comment and subscribe.